I have received no indication of anyone from the public wishing to address the council, so we'll move on to comments and requests of council. Mr. Blanchard.
I would like to congratulate Parks and Leisure for a great award ceremony that they put on last night. I thought it was very good and getting better every year.
Okay. Mr. Johnson.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. A couple of items. I'd like to extend my congratulations to the Parks and Leisure Service employees that were here this evening and the winners in their recognition of their annual awards, employee awards. And I'd also like to mention that on the August 26th, the Youth Commission meeting has been changed from next week to the 26th. And the city manager mentioned in his report the youth center. At the meeting on the 26th, some of the initial discussion on feedback on the design, the input, public input on the youth center will be discussed. That's an open meeting, a public meeting. Occurs at the community center at 6 p.m. So if you're interested in hearing what folks had to say about what they'd like to see in the youth center, we welcome you to come to that. We had almost 1,500 responses. So that'll be on the 26th at 6 o'clock at the community center. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
That's great. Mr. Ritter?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to join with Dr. Johnson and Mr. Blanchard to congratulate the employees of the Parks and Leisure Services. They do a tremendous amount of work, not only during normal duty hours, but on weekends and evenings to support our public activities, and they do a great job, and I really appreciate that. I'd also like to thank those citizens who have stepped up to accept appointments on our various commissions, which segues into my plea that we have the Commission on Disability Issues, or CODI, is looking for new members to replace those members whose terms have expired. This commission generally meets every second Wednesday here in City Council chambers at 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. We have a lot of work we have to get accomplished this next year, and I would recommend to anybody interested in improving the situations we have in the city, or helping to make recommendations for prioritizing the things that we have to do to bring our areas up to the ADA spec, to please join us. Send in an application, check the city website, and I think you'll find it to be a very, very rewarding commission to be a part of. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Ms. Husky?
I'm going to have Tom advertise our commissions. You really build it up and make it sound wonderful, and of course it is.
It is.
And that's one of the things that I would like to say too. There is an opening on the Environmental Affairs Commission that we would love to have filled. We're doing lots of exciting things, and one of the things that came up this week, for which we attended a meeting of Parks and Leisure with Bob Blanchard, was there is a tremendous amount of interest in having a community garden and school gardens. And so on the night that the council was being quizzed as to whether people wanted to vote for them, there was also a meeting of people interested in community gardens, and at least 23 people showed up to that meeting, and they were from Sierra Vista, Fort Huachuca, and some from Whetstone. So we proceeded on to there to find out from the commission whether they would support a location for a community garden in Sierra Vista, and that support was given. So we're excited about looking for a potential place, and we are also, I wish that you would contact me if you think that there's a place that would work. Of course, it has to have access to water. We're talking about having some individual plots that people could lease for the year and grow wonderful food. We had some doctors from Fort Huachuca who are interested in helping kids to understand what good food is and where it comes from. And there is a great community interest in that, and so I'd like to see that go forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Doctor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I, too, would like to congratulate the winners of the Parks and Leisure Employee Awards, and also to thank all of our employees for the tremendous job they do for our city. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bueller.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to jump on the boat here with everybody else too, and congratulate and thank the Parks Department folks for doing all the good work during the year. Also, in the last month, we had the opportunity to attend volunteer recognition events for teen volunteers as well as other volunteers, older volunteers in the city. This city, as you might guess, wouldn't be able to run without volunteers and people pitching in and rolling up their sleeves and working hard to make sure we have a great community. The next thing I want to mention is we have, people at home can't see that we have a number of students in the chamber tonight, and I want to thank them for being here, and I hope you're taking good notes for your class. And seeing them reminded me that I forgot to mention last time that since the last meeting, school has in fact opened, and we need to be very careful early in the morning and around 2:30 to 3 when kids are getting off school buses to make sure that those eager young charges don't get a little excited and forget about safety. So we need to watch for them while we're driving as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I'll close with another welcome to Mr. Bob Shepherd to the Economic Development Foundation. And with that, this meeting is adjourned.
Oh.